"Don't you dare take her out that door," my mother hissed, her hand clamped around my wrist like a polite handcuff. "You're embarrassing the family." Mia was on the kitchen tile behind me, 9 years old, knees tucked under her, trying to pull air through a throat that was starting to close. Her lips had gone that wrong kind of pale, and her fingers kept clawing at her collar like she could undo her own body. "Where's Sage?" I snapped, already digging through my purse with one hand, the other still trapped in my mom's grip. "Where is my daughter's dog?" My sister Chelsea leaned against the counter with a plastic champagne flute, watching like this was a reality show. "Relax, Tara. She's fine. Fine." My kid was wheezing. I finally found the inhaler, jammed it into Mia's trembling hands, and realized the terrifying part. She was looking around the room more than she was looking at me, like she was waiting for someone else. Like she expected Sage's warm weight to press against her legs, expected that sharp little bark the dog had been trained to give the second Mia's body started betraying her. But the leash hook by the back door was empty. The dog bed was gone. The water bowl, too. I stared at the clean patch of floor where Sage's food mat used to sit, and my brain did that split-second math you never want to do as a mother. They didn't forget the dog. They removed the dog. "Mia, sweetheart, look at me," I said, forcing my voice to stay steady while my hands shook. "Can you swallow?" She shook her head, eyes glossy with panic. Her chest made a thin, whistling sound. Chelsea lifted her brows, annoyed. "Maybe if you didn't keep her so fragile, call 911, I cut in, my mother's nails dug deeper into my wrist. "No, we are not bringing an ambulance to my house over a tantrum." "A tantrum doesn't turn a kid blue," I said, yanking my arm free hard enough to leave a red mark. Behind me, Gary, my stepdad, king of quiet enabling, muttered, "Diane, maybe." "No," my mom said, like she could veto oxygen. Mia's face pinched. Her breaths came shorter, desperate. I grabbed my phone, but Chelsea slid it away from me with 2 fingers, like she was moving a napkin. "Let Mom handle it." That's when I saw it. A tiny smear of peanut butter on Logan's hand, Chelsea's 6-year-old, because of course he'd been eating something he wasn't supposed to. He stood by the fridge, licking his fingers, watching my daughter struggle like it was interesting. My stomach dropped lower than the tile. "Mia's allergic," I said, voice flat with horror. "Why is there peanut butter in this house?" Chelsea shrugged. "It's a party. Kids eat. And my mother, calm as a woman watering plants, said the sentence that snapped something in me. She needs to get used to real life, Tara." Sage was making her dependent. Dependent. My kid needed an allergy-alert dog because her body could kill her faster than my family could apologize. I didn't wait. I scooped Mia up. She was light, too light, and ran for the door. My mom blocked it with her whole body. Smile fixed for the backyard guests we could hear laughing through the screen. "If you walk out, don't come back crying when Child Services asks why you can't manage your own daughter." Inexpedient. I stared at her, sweat cold on my spine. "What did you do?" Her eyes flicked, just once, toward the empty leash hook, and that was the moment I knew my daughter wasn't just sick. She wasn't safe. I shoved past my mother anyway. My shoulder slammed into her, and she made a dramatic little gasp like I'd committed a felony. I carried Mia to my car, hands slippery with terror, and Chelsea jogged behind me calling, "You're overreacting." Mia's head lolled against my chest. She made a small sound, half cough, half cry. I got her buckled, started the engine, and then froze because my rearview mirror caught something I hadn't noticed. A brand new laminated sign taped to my mom's front door. "No pets inside. House rules." My mother had printed it. Like Sage was a bad habit. I drove with one hand, the other pressed against Mia's knee so she knew I was there. I called 911 myself. The dispatcher stayed calm. I didn't. We met the ambulance 3 blocks from my mother's neighborhood because I was already flying. The paramedic in the passenger seat leaned over Mia, asking simple questions. Mia couldn't answer. He looked at me and said, "Where's her EpiPen?" In her backpack, I said, voice cracking. And her dog, she has an alert dog, but my mother. My mother. He didn't need the rest. He nodded once and did what trained people do when the untrained are falling apart. At the ER, they stabilized Mia. They told me we got there in time. They told me next time might not be so kind. Next time, like this was something that could happen again. I sat by Mia's bed, watching her sleep, and stared at the empty space by her feet where Sage always curled up in hospitals, head on paws, eyes on Mia, like a little furry security system. Mia woke up with tape on her arm and fear still clinging to her lashes. "Mom," she whispered. Did Sage get in trouble?" I swallowed hard. "No, baby." She nodded like she didn't believe me. "Grandma said Sage had to go because you're messy." She said Sage belongs to the family now. My mouth went dry. Belongs to the family. That's the phrase my mother uses when she wants to claim something without saying the word steal. I leaned close to Mia. "Did Grandma say where Sage went?" Mia hesitated, then whispered. "Chelsea said Sage went to a better home. She said I can FaceTime Sage if I behave." My vision tunneled. A better home. Like my daughter was a problem dog they were rehoming. I took Mia's hand, kissed her knuckles, and forced myself not to cry in front of her. But inside my chest, something lit up hot and bright, because my mother didn't just cross a line. She was building a whole new life on the other side of it. And I was about to find out what else she'd taken while I was busy keeping my kid alive. The next morning, I drove back to my mother's house with Mia wiped out in the back seat, cheeks pale, eyes too serious for 9. She didn't want to come. She kept glancing at the empty passenger floor like Sage might appear if she wished hard enough. "You stay buckled," I told her. "Doors locked. If you feel weird, you press the horn. Promise?" She nodded, biting her lip. I walked up the driveway alone and let myself in with the spare key because my mother loved access even when she acted like I was a nuisance. Chelsea was at the table in a sweatshirt that said "Blessed," scrolling her phone like she'd earned the right to be unbothered. My mom stood at the sink rinsing a wine glass at 10 m. I didn't bother with hello. "Where's Sage?" My mother's face stayed smooth. "Sage isn't here anymore." My stomach flipped. "You gave her away." "We found her a placement," my mom said. Like she donated old clothes. "A stable home." "Stable?" I barked a laugh. "You sent my kid to the ER because you removed the one thing that warns us in time." Chelsea rolled her eyes. "Mia needs to stop being babied. She needs to breathe." I snapped. "Give me the address." My mom lifted her phone like a weapon. "If you harass those people, I'll tell them you're unstable." There it was, her favorite costume. Concerned grandmother with options. "You're threatening me," I said. "I'm protecting Mia," she replied, sweet and deadly. "Someone has to. Why are you doing this?" My voice came out rough. Chelsea finally pushed her phone toward me. On the screen was a glossy photo of a brand new luxury RV. The kind with an outdoor kitchen and string lights in the marketing shots. Under it, "Our new adventure. Number family first." I stared. "You bought an RV," Chelsea grinned. "The kids deserve memories. With what money?" I asked, already knowing. My mother's jaw tightened. Chelsea needed a fresh start, and my daughter needed her dog. Chelsea's smile faded. "You act like Mia is the only child in this family." My hands shook. "Did you sell Sage?" My mom didn't answer fast enough. "Silence can confess. You took money for her," I whispered. My mother sighed like I was exhausting. "You can't keep a steady job, Tara. You can't keep your life together. A specialized animal in your care was irresponsible." My lungs burned. "You don't get to decide my custody because you don't like my divorce." Chelsea leaned in, voice syrupy. "Or you could sign the papers and let Mom help." "What papers?" My mother opened a drawer and pulled out a manila folder like she'd been waiting for that exact line. Inside was a form with my name, printed neatly under a signature line. Temporary guardianship and medical decision-making. My mouth went dry. You planned this. My mom's smile was small. We planned for Mia's safety. I shoved the folder back. I'm not signing anything. Her eyes sharpened. Then you're choosing a fight you can't win. I walked out before my hands did something stupid. In the car, Mia watched my face like she could read the forecast in my eyes. Did you get Sage? She asked. Not yet, I said. And that tiny word broke something in her shoulders. I drove straight to the only person in my family who'd ever protected something without trying to own it. My great-grandmother, June. Nana June lived in a little townhouse in a strict senior community, trim hedges, quiet streets, rules my mother couldn't bend. She opened the door, took one look at me, and didn't ask for small talk. Where's the dog? She said. I blinked. Mom called you? Nana June waved me inside. Last night. She thought she was being clever. Her eyes hardened. She said, We finally fixed the Mia problem. My stomach turned. She said that? Nana June didn't flinch. She pulled a thick file from a cabinet, tabs, labels, the kind of organization that means someone has been expecting betrayal. I warned Diane, she said calmly, that if she touched what wasn't hers, she'd regret it. She slid the first page toward me. At the top, in clean legal letters, were words I'd never seen before. Mia Hart Benefit Trust. Nana June flipped to the next tab. Sage isn't some random dog, she said. She's registered, insured, microchipped under the trust. If anyone transfers her without authorization, it triggers a breach notice. My pulse kicked. So you knew? I knew, Nana June said, and I watched to see how far Diane would go. I stared. Why would you watch? Because she lies best when she thinks no one's looking, Nana June replied. I needed her to show her whole hand. She slid another paper across the table. A copy of a power of attorney form with my mother's name. My throat tightened. Why does Mom have... Because she pushed me into signing after I had that fall, Nana June said. I thought it would make her feel helpful. I was wrong. She picked up her purse like this was a grocery run. Go get Mia. Bring her here. I want her to hear, from me, that none of this is her fault. And Sage? I asked. Nana June's smile was calm and terrifying. Sage is coming home. As I headed for the door, she added, If Diane shows up here tonight, you call me immediately. Why? Nana June's fingers tightened on her keys. Because she's going to try to stop me, and the certainty in her voice made my stomach drop all over again. Before I left, Nana June looked me dead in the eye. Tomorrow at 9, you, me, Mia, Andrew's office. No excuses, she said. Your mother thinks she can outmaneuver you. She forgot she taught me the rules. At 9, I walked into Nana June's attorney's office, holding Mia's hand so tight she complained. Andrew Keller looked like a man who'd seen every version of family conflict and still managed to hate all of them. He greeted Nana June with respect, greeted me with kindness, and greeted Mia by crouching down to her level. Hi, Mia, he said. I hear you have a very smart dog. Mia's eyes filled instantly. She nodded like that sentence was permission to miss Sage out loud. Andrew led us into a conference room and closed the door. Nana June didn't waste time. She set the file down like a judge setting down a sentence. My daughter stole a medical service animal from my great-granddaughter, she said, and she's using it to pressure Tara into signing guardianship. Andrew's eyebrows rose just slightly. Do you have documentation of the pressure? I slid my phone across the table. Screenshots of texts, the folder my mother shoved at me, the little line my mom loved courts love grandparents. Andrew scrolled, his jaw tightened. That's not subtle. It never is, Nana June said. It's just wrapped in concern. If you're still here and you want the rest of this story, hit like and subscribe because what we found in that room didn't just prove my mother lied. It flipped the whole power dynamic, and the next part gets ugly fast. Andrew asked me to tell everything from the ER forward. I kept it clean. The missing leash, the peanuts, the ambulance, the threats. Mia sat quietly coloring a legal pad because that's what kids do when adults turn their lives into paperwork. When I finished, Andrew folded his hands. First, he said, we secure the child's safety plan. Second, we recover the dog. Third, we address the trust breach. Mia looked up. I get Sage back? Andrew's expression softened. We're going to try very hard. Nana June didn't try. She leaned forward. No, we're going to. Andrew nodded once, like he understood who he was dealing with. He pulled up a document on his laptop and turned it toward me. This is the trust your great-grandmother created. It's specific. It covers Mia's allergy-related supports, training, vet care, emergency supplies, everything. I stared at my own name in the paperwork as Mia's parent and legal guardian. So Mom can't just, not legally, Andrew said. Nana June tapped another page. Read the ownership clause. I read it twice because my brain didn't want to believe it. Sage wasn't rehomed. Sage was property of the trust, and anyone who transferred her without authorization was liable for theft and damages. I swallowed. So we call the police? Andrew held up a hand. We can, but we need the dog's current location first. The training organization may have records of the transfer. He stepped out to make a call. Nana June watched him go, then turned to me. You see why Diane wanted that guardianship paper signed? She asked. I nodded slowly. If she could claim she's Mia's decision-maker, she could make the dog transfer look legitimate. Nana June's eyes narrowed. And she could control who Mia lives with. My stomach turned. Mia's little hand was still moving her crayon in loops, like she was drawing a world where adults weren't scary. Andrew came back in, with a tighter face. The organization confirmed a placement change, he said. They won't release the address without law enforcement or a court order. Nana June didn't blink. Then we get one. Andrew hesitated. There's another issue. Diane filed something yesterday. My chest tightened. What? He slid a printout across the table. In bold letters, petition for emergency temporary custody. My hands went numb as I scanned it. My mother claimed I was emotionally unstable, financially insecure, and unable to provide consistent medical supervision. She cited her ER visit as evidence that I couldn't manage Mia's condition. Mia looked up. What's that? I forced a smile that felt like broken glass. Adult paperwork, honey. Nana June's voice went low. So she's using the crisis she created to take the child. Andrew nodded. There's a hearing request. Not scheduled yet, but it's in the system. Chelsea's face flashed in my mind. Her glitter-blessed sweatshirt, her RV selfie. All of it suddenly had a different shape. This RV, I said slowly. It's not just a purchase. Andrew glanced at me. What do you mean? It's leverage, I said. Mom needs Mia to look unsafe with me so she can justify controlling the trust money. So she can keep paying for Chelsea's fresh start without admitting she stole. Nana June's mouth tightened. Exactly. Andrew's phone buzzed. He looked at the screen, then at Nana June. Your daughter just emailed my office. She requested a meeting. Today. Nana June's laugh was one sharp breath. Of course she did. Andrew set the phone down. And she CC'd the facility administrator. My heart jumped. What facility? Nana June's eyes went very still. That, she said softly, is new. Andrew turned his laptop so we could see the email. My mother's message was syrupy and formal. Given June's recent confusion, we're concerned about undue influence. Please direct all communication through me as her authorized agent. Authorized agent. The POA. Nana June's hands tightened on the edge of the table. She's trying to declare me incompetent. Andrew's voice stayed calm, but his eyes had gone hard. If Diane convinces the community she's your decision-maker, She can restrict access. She can isolate you. Mia's crayon stopped. She looked up at Nana June with sudden fear. Are they going to take you away too? Nana June reached across and squeezed her hand. No, sweetheart. Not if I can help it. But the way Nana June's gaze flicked toward the door told me she wasn't sure. Andrew stood. We're filing an immediate revocation of power of attorney and requesting an emergency order to retrieve the dog. I also recommend you and Mia stay somewhere your mother can't reach tonight. My phone buzzed in my palm like a live wire. A text from my mother. I can pick Mia up from school anytime I want. Remember that. My stomach dropped, because she wasn't just threatening me with court papers anymore. She was reminding me she still had access to my child's daily life. And for the first time, I understood the real danger. It wasn't the RV. It wasn't the dog. It was the fact that my mother believed Mia belonged to her. We didn't go home that night. Andrew put us in a hotel under his firm's name, no reservation for my mother to sweet talk into giving her a room number. Mia fell asleep hugging her backpack. I lay awake hearing my mom's text over and over. I can pick Mia up from school anytime I want. In the morning, I called Mia's school and added a password. Only me. No exceptions. At 11:17 a.m., the school called back. Miss Hart, the secretary whispered. Your mother is here. My stomach dropped. Do not release my daughter, I said. She doesn't have the password. She says she's an emergency contact, the secretary said. She's getting loud. Andrew met me in the parking lot. He didn't come as my hero. He came as my witness. Inside, my mother stood at the counter with that smile she saves for public threats. Tara, she said brightly. I'm worried sick. You filed custody paperwork, I said. Don't act. Her smile tightened. I'm here for my granddaughter. Andrew stepped up beside me. Ma'am, you need to leave. My mother's eyes flicked to his suit. And who are you? An attorney, he said evenly. If you keep trying to remove a child against her parents' instructions, we escalate. For the first time, my mom's mask cracked. Then she rebuilt it in 2 seconds. Fine, she said sweetly. I'll do this the proper way. She walked out like she was choosing grace, not losing control. Mia came out of class clutching her lunchbox. Grandma was here, she whispered. I know, I said, kneeling. You're safe. My phone rang. A man's voice. We're confirming that Mrs. June Patterson has been transferred to our secured memory care unit. Family requested no visitors. My mouth went numb. Who requested that? Her authorized agent, he said. Diane Whitaker. Andrew's face went still. She isolated her. We drove to Nana June's community. The gate code didn't work. The receptionist told us June was unavailable, and all inquiries go through Diane. Inside, the lobby smelled like flowers and polite money. A staff member tried to block us with soft words. Policy, agent, safety. Andrew didn't argue feelings. Show us the transfer paperwork, he said. Show us the medical recommendation. A supervisor brought a folder. In it was a letter claiming Nana June had confusion and required secured placement. It looked official until Andrew zoomed in on the doctor's license number. This isn't valid, he said quietly. The supervisor bristled. Are you accusing? I'm telling you, Andrew cut in. You were given fraudulent documentation. The intake form listed the submitter, Gary Whitaker, my stepdad. My hands went cold. Gary never raised his voice. He just filled out whatever my mother put in front of him and called it helping. While Andrew made calls, Mia tugged my sleeve. Mom, she whispered, Logan had peanut butter yesterday. I stared down. At Grandma's house? Mia nodded. Chelsea told him to eat it in the kitchen. She said, It'll prove a point. My vision narrowed. It wasn't an accident. It was a setup. A deputy arrived. then another. Andrew showed them the trust documents, the threats, the bogus letter. The supervisor's face drained as she realized she'd been used. The keypad door to memory care opened. Nana June sat in a common room with a TV turned too loud. Her purse was gone. Her glasses were missing. A plastic bracelet hugged her wrist. She looked up as we approached, eyes sharp as ever. "Tara," she said. "About time." A nurse started to protest. Nana June lifted her hand. "Stop," she said, calm as ice. "You were lied to. I am not confused. I am trapped." Within an hour, Nana June was buckled into our car, chin lifted, rage contained in the tight set of her mouth. As we pulled away, she stared out the window. "Diane is desperate," she said. My phone buzzed. A text from Chelsea, all caps and smiley faces. "RV send-off party tonight. Family only. Don't be petty." Back at the hotel, Nana June made Mia sit beside her and spoke like Mia was a whole person. "You did nothing wrong," she said. "Not yesterday. Not ever." Mia's eyes filled. "I miss Sage." "I know," Nana June said. "And you're getting her back." Andrew returned with fresh papers. "Emergency order request is filed," he said. "With the medical risk and the threats in writing, we may have a signed retrieval order today." My heart kicked. "And the dog?" "The training organization couldn't give the address," Andrew said. "But the new home used an email tied to one of Chelsea's friends, Marisol Vance. Same name that shows up on Chelsea's RV loan paperwork." Nana June's eyes narrowed. They turned a child's safety into collateral. Andrew checked his phone again. "Chelsea posted a story 30 minutes ago." He turned the screen toward us. "RV cabinets." Chelsea's smile. And in the corner, half hidden by a floral bandana, a golden head in an alert harness. "Sage." Mia sucked in a breath. "That's her." Nana June's voice went flat. "Good. Now we don't have to guess." Andrew tapped the deputy's cards on the nightstand. "If we get the retrieval order, we can request an escort. And your daughter invited you to an RV send-off tonight?" I stared at the text again. "Family only. Don't be petty." Nana June's mouth curved into a small, dangerous smile. "Perfect," she said. "They'll be relaxed." My stomach fluttered. "You want to go?" "I want them comfortable," Nana June replied. "Right up until the moment they aren't." Mia's voice was tiny. "Are we taking Sage home tonight?" Nana June looked at her, and her expression softened. "Yes," she said, "if your grandmother didn't hide her somewhere else." Then she stood and grabbed her purse like she was heading to brunch. "Let's go ruin a party," she said, and my hands started shaking not from fear this time, but from the terrifying hope that we might actually win. Chelsea held the family-only send-off in my mother's backyard like she was launching a spaceship instead of a financed trailer. The RV gleamed in the driveway under string lights, paper plates, a cooler. My mom in hostess mode, warm, harmless, smiling. That smile is how she hides knives. We pulled up with Andrew behind us, and a marked patrol car arriving a minute later. Nana June stepped out first, crisp blouse, steady spine. Mia climbed out, gripping my hand. My mother's smile froze when she saw Nana June. "Mom, you're out." "Yes, Diane," Nana June said. "I'm out." Chelsea popped up beside the RV in a matching road trip crew shirt. Logan and Harper ran circles. Gary hovered by the grill pretending smoke was an escape route. And then the RV door opened. Sage stepped down in her alert harness, a ridiculous floral bandana tied around her neck like she was a prop. Mia's breath caught. Sage's head snapped toward her, instantly recognition, focus, loyalty. Chelsea tightened her grip on the leash. "Careful. She's getting used to us." "She doesn't belong to you," Nana June said quietly. Andrew moved in with a folder. "Diane Whitaker?" He handed my mother papers. "Revocation of power of attorney. Effective immediately." My mom's fingers twitched like she wanted to refuse to touch reality. This is ridiculous. The deputy spoke, calm and firm. Ma'am, you've been served. Chelsea's face flushed. It's just a dog. We did it for the kids. For which kids? I said, voice flat. Because you used Peanuts like a weapon. Mia heard you, Chelsea snapped. She's lying. Mia looked up at her, small but solid. You told Logan to eat it. You said it would prove a point. The backyard went brittle quiet. Andrew lifted a signed order. Emergency retrieval order for Sage. The dog is property of the Mia Hart Benefit Trust. Transfer was unauthorized. Chelsea's grip tightened. No. The deputy extended his hand. Leash, ma'am. Chelsea looked at my mother for help. My mother, calculating fast, said softly, Chelsea, give it to them. We'll handle it later. Later. Always later. Chelsea's face twisted. Then she shoved the leash toward me. Sage walked straight to Mia and pressed her body against her legs like, I'm here. You're safe. Mia dropped to her knees and wrapped her arms around Sage's neck. Sage stayed steady, patient, trained, but also loving. My eyes burned. Nana June's hand landed on my shoulder, grounding me. Andrew turned another page toward my mother. We're also filing reports. Fraudulent medical documentation, attempted interference with custody, and elder exploitation. My mother's face drained. You wouldn't. Nana June's smile was small. Try me. The party dissolved fast after that. People who came for free food suddenly remembered errands. Gary stared at the ground. Chelsea sat on the RV step, shaking with rage. My mother followed me to the driveway as I buckled Mia in. Tara, she said softly, switching tactics. I did what I thought was best. I didn't look back. You did what was best for you. Mia leaned forward from the back seat. Grandma, she said, voice tiny, please don't take my dog again. My mother's face flickered shock, then anger, then the smooth smile she uses to survive. No one is taking anything, she said, like words could erase actions. Nana June stepped beside my window. Diane, you will not contact Tara or Mia without counsel present, she said. If you do, I follow through with every report. Do you understand? My mother nodded once, stiff. We drove away with Sage in the back seat between Mia and her booster like a furry seatbelt. 2 weeks later, the judge denied my mother's emergency custody request. Threats in writing don't play well in court. The fake medical letter didn't either. Nana June's POA was revoked officially, with new oversight and my name listed first for any contact. Chelsea's adventure didn't last. The RV went back when the lender started asking questions about the rehoming fee deposit and the trust breach. Chelsea blamed my mother. My mother blamed me. Gary blamed stress. Sage came home for good. Mia went back to school with the password in place and a rule she made herself. If an adult tells me to keep a secret, I tell Mom. My mother tried one last play before the hearing. She left me a voicemail in that trembling, saintly tone she uses when she wants proof she tried. I just want to see Mia, she said. Even 5 minutes. I'm her grandmother. Don't punish her for adult misunderstandings. Adult misunderstandings. As if Peanuts and locked doors and forged letters were just a miscommunication. Andrew told me not to respond. So I didn't. I updated the school again, updated Mia's pediatrician, and filed for a protective order. When the judge signed it, I felt my body unclench in a place I didn't realize was clenched. Mia started meeting with a counselor who specialized in kids with medical trauma. The first session, she drew a picture of our family. She drew me, her, Sage, and Nana June. Then she drew my mother outside the paper, smiling, with a big X over the door. Nana June saw it and didn't flinch. Accurate, she said. That's what healing looked like in our house. Honesty that didn't ask permission. Now, because we're near the end, and I need to know how other people see this, would you forgive a parent who used love like a leash and used a child's safety as leverage? Or is forgiveness just another word families use to get access back? Comment what you would do, and share this with someone who needs it, because silence is how this stuff repeats. Nana June stayed with us for a while, not because she needed help, but because she wanted Mia to feel what steady looks like. Some nights, Mia practiced breathing drills with Sage beside her, one hand on fur, the other on her own chest, learning she could trust her body again. My mother never apologized. She just lost access. And for Mia, that was enough.